Like, look, he's like just taking his position for the mukbang. And he acts like he loves me when the camera's on. And he hates me.
Cheek.
Hold on.
Teeth.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Hi, my angels. It's Hailey, Reese, and Loey Bug, and Ace is saying hi too.
A few moments later.
Look at him. He just licked my salad.
You guys found out in my last video that Loey was coming here, and naturally, in the soul sister fashion, we went out and got lots of good food today, and coffee, and all the good stuff we needed to get work done, but we haven't ate our salads yet.
It is, can we really quickly take a moment for the fact, it is like 8:30 p.m. We have not eaten all day. I had like an RX bar earlier.
Yeah.
And we had our coffees and stuff, but like we haven't eaten today. Like
We just worked.
All we did
day.
was work all day.
So we got our videos up. You guys are gonna see this video. We're gonna have gotten this video up.
He's such a ham, it's unbelievable. He is such a little liar. Like, look at him. He's like, I love my friend Loey. Subscribe.
He's such a vlog dog.
He really is.
Like he's doing the most for the camera, you guys. Okay, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to sit right here.
Yeah.
Good boy. So we went to Farm Boy
At the
and
same time we say good boy.
we went to Farm Boy and we picked up, well, we made our own salads.
Hailey's is like small and petite and healthy, and mine is like chicken and egg, and I mean there's a little bit of bacon crumble on there. It's mostly just because I've been cutting out carbs lately and I've been so hungry, it's unbelievable. So I was like, worst case scenario, I save some of this for later, but we knew this was like the only thing we were gonna eat today.
Do you know though, like I tried to do the keto diet. Did you do well with it? Or
no,
did you
I don't do well with keto. I have to have some sort of carbs. I'm just trying to cut out like bread, mostly bread and pasta and pizza and like, you know, a lot of fried food.
Life's best things.
And then today I wound up getting a little bit of vegetable sushi. I'm probably not gonna eat this whole thing, but I really wanted some, so I just grabbed it.
It looks so good.
I mean, I just thought I'd grab it anyways. Wait, should we do the thumbnail before we dig in?
Oh my god, yeah.
It gets ugly.
How should we do it?
How do we eat?
I'm gonna make like, okay, we got a thumbnail.
So stupid. We're wearing the same color, you guys. Can we quickly take a moment? That was not, like, that's just the usual twinning thing.
Yeah, we do it so unintentionally all the time. Also, we didn't put salad dressing on our salads. Thank goodness, because they would have been soggy by now that I think about it.
We waited till we got home because you got that Italian dressing.
I got the Olive Garden Italian dressing. It's my first time trying like the Olive Garden from Costco. Is it good? Let me try.
It's like really good.
I love salads.
Me too. I got a kale base and I have like a lot of broccoli.
Do you like
You want some chicken? Some chicken for the chicken? Here you go, chicken. Good boy. Yeah, so I got a kale base, like broccoli, some carrots and stuff. I got egg. I got a little piece of falafel just because I wanted to try it, and I got a ton of chicken on it. I actually got a completely separate thing of chicken.
It looks
I got
good.
bacon bits on the top, but I kind of think it was unnecessary. It was just sort of like I was there and I was hungry, you know? You kept yours very clean and like simple. And like, not that mine's unhealthy, it's just more so.
Yours is more like,
it's a hearty salad.
Loey, I was just thinking of the word hearty. I wish I would have said it. And that's such a random word.
Well, you're gonna see earlier that we said good boy at the same time.
We do this all the time. Do you remember when one time we were on live stream, guys, and Andrew left, and we both at the exact same time went to make the joke saying, well, now that Andrew's gone, and we said word for word, well, now that Andrew's gone.
Like, it was so weird.
Everyone was commenting on live stream like, you guys are so scary. Like, how did you guys just do that?
It was pretty funny, actually.
Is the falafel good?
You know what? I haven't tried it yet. Oh, you know what? I'm lying. I did try it earlier, but I tried it dry and it was not good, like without a dressing. It was just like very plain. It's really dry.
They're like not a huge fan.
It's not bad. I mean, I'll eat it. It's here. You're so polite about not talking with any food in your mouth. I just cover my mouth when I do it.
Yeah, I get like, I don't know why I'm opening this for you. I'm such a good friend. This is not for you.
Have a piece. It's just vegetable. I don't like fish in my sushi.
I love fish.
I'm not like a fish person.
That is so weird to me. I love fish. Like, honest to goodness, the minute that I was contemplating going vegan, the biggest thing I was so sad to leave behind was fish. And cheese. I really love cheese too.
Oh, I got cut on mine. I love cheese too. I've been trying to cut out more dairy.
Yeah, you're actually, Loey, honest to goodness, guys, has been eating super well. Like, you've been doing so well with like your health and fitness and like just overall improving. Like, your inner and outer health is so amazing. Like, you take such great care of your skin. You take such great care of like your insides. Like, I really commend it, because last night the only thing that was open was a pizza place, and Loey opted for grilled chicken.
Yeah, because I was just like, I couldn't break it. Now, that being said, we also got a pizza. Did I have a piece of the pizza? Yeah. But like,
but you didn't like primarily go for pizza. You went for the grilled chicken. Like, I just think that that's so great. I have no willpower when it comes to pizza.
I just feel like for me, I had obviously like gained weight over the last year, just on and off, and I felt like I kept yo-yoing with the same like 15 to 20 pounds. It was like, I don't have anything for you though.
No more.
Yeah, I don't want to overfeed you. You're gonna get fat again. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But anyway, so
Ace is a plus size dog model.
I uploaded a body positivity video today, and I'm bullying your dog for gaining weight. But
you know what?
No,
Ace, leave her alone, please. Over here. Notice how he's not bugging me.
Notice how I don't pet him, because I'm scared he's gonna bite me again. So, it really didn't hurt. I just more so don't want to upset him. I don't want to like rile him up and make him anxious. But I really started taking better care of myself this year. Not that I was ever like wildly unhealthy or anything, and I was like doing like hard drugs and like, you know what I mean? Like anything like that. It was just more so I just wanted, like, I felt really sluggish at the beginning of this year. Can I pet you? Is that what you want? No, that's not what he wants. I just felt really sluggish at the beginning of the year, and I just wanted to feel better. And so basically all of a sudden, it was like June or July, and I had been going to the gym, but not that often, not as much as I should be.
Just ignore him.
No, it's all good. We don't want to put him in the bedroom or anything, because he's so sweet.
And he cries.
And he cries.
He loves being with us. As much as Loey thinks he hates her, like, I put him out to be with Tyler, and he comes running back crying.
Hailey called him earlier, and he like wouldn't leave my side. I know, babe.
Okay, the first time that he did this, so when we first got him, I told Tyler that he paws you and shows you what he wants. Tyler didn't believe me. Like, Tyler hadn't met him yet. We were eating pizza, ironically enough. Tyler had pizza, and he put it down, like the leftovers, like over on the nightstand. And Ace walked up to him, started pawing.
Sorry.
Ace walked up to him, started pawing him and nudging towards the pizza that he wanted it.
That's so funny.
And I told the pet psychic he loves pizza. He really does.
Oh, Ace isn't a dog, but let me finish this one statement. So basically halfway through the year, I'd realized I just wasn't like doing what I wanted. And now, like, you guys know if you watch my channel, like my trainer Chad and I are like best friends. He literally called me earlier. He was like, I was telling him, you know, my thighs are so sore. Like, I did a hotel room workout and I'm like dying. And he's like, I'll send you and Hailey some workouts you can do this week. He's so sweet. But he's so jealous I'm here, by the way. Like, he
misses you.
He loves traveling. Well, I mean, but it's more so he loves traveling, and he's like so jealous when I like get to do stuff like this. He's like literally, he was texting me and he's like, where are we going?
I'm sorry, but I'm totally just looking at the fact that Ace thinks that you guys are on such great terms, he can share your meal. Like, he literally thinks that he can, look, he wants to leave me, and he never wants to leave me.
Because he thinks he can take my food. Look at your plate, look at my plate.
Yeah, I have no meat in mine, so he's like, I want that. But yeah, like, and I think it helps too that like you have such a close relationship. Ace, seriously, you're gonna get kicked out of the MUKBANG. MUKBANG? I think it really helps you that you have such a good positive relationship with your trainer. I should have asked that.
Well, I mean, even just in my experience, I've like sat Chad down and told him this before. Like, he and I literally on Halloween, we had taken his nieces trick-or-treating. We're just like hanging out, talking and stuff, and eating like soup in his kitchen. And that is a nice thing, is because we're such good friends and we always like share meals together and like whatever. It's like, I wind up eating so healthy, because like he would kill me if he saw me eating crap.
I was dying when he came to LA and you guys were like meal prepping like chicken and stuff. I was like, who is this?
He's a nut.
Did he even like, did you guys even Postmate things?
No, if I Postmated anything, he never like got anything. It was like the first night that we got there, we got like really big salads from Mel's.
Really?
So,
Does Mel's have good salads?
oh God, yes. I love Mel salads, actually.
Really?
I like Mel's in general. But anyway, so, I mean, I would say so, but like, oh, the story I was going to tell is that when I first walked into that gym,
Yeah.
I was so intimidated by him. And like, just like did not, and it's just because like me doing body positivity videos, like it was kind of stereotypical of me and like not nice to put him into a box because he's the most like incredible, understanding, like Chad is literally one of the best people I've ever met in my entire life, but like he's so supportive of like different shapes and sizes and like, you know, but because I'd done body positivity for so long, I was used to men like him, men that look like him, just like not being the most supportive of, you know, the body positivity movement. And meanwhile, we've talked about like everything, and I mean, even like I want him to make a video with me so bad about his own body struggles and like, you know, stuff like that. So
It's-
I think that people do get intimidated, but then at the same time, he's just so great because he understands what he's doing and he understands what works, you know what I mean? Like he's like his own testament to that.
Yeah, and I really think too it speaks volumes for like the fact that people can be presumptuous when somebody's a curvier girl or a bigger girl and they think, you know, they eat a certain way or they brought this upon themselves, which is a really big misconception, obviously, but not enough people really recognize the fact that people like Chad are dealing with people being presumptuous as well, looking at him like, oh, like,
yeah,
you know, like you were guilty of having like thought a different way, and so like it doesn't matter your body type, people are gonna judge you regardless. I'm gonna title this video "Ace Bothering Loey for Food" for 10 minutes straight.
Loey talking about Chad for 10 minutes straight.
But yeah, like I think like it's really, and you were telling me some of Chad's personal struggles, and obviously that's not anything I'm gonna share, but everybody gets self-conscious in certain situations. Everybody has their things that they look at themselves and they don't think are as great as they could be. But you never know how other people look at you. Because I looked at him and I was like, wow, he's in crazy good shape. So it's like, you never know, right?
I mean, it doesn't hurt that he's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, really pretty trainer, but you know. Anyway.
I got a story to tell.
Wait, what? You have a story to tell? A story tell? I have a story tell.
We used to all joke because when Andrew, Loey, and I were in LA for your birthday, you were really starting to get into fitness. Like that was when you were like super getting into it. And Andrew was like, imagine having like so much motivation to go to the gym and stuff, like can't relate. And I was like, it helps that she has a hot trainer. Like, I think more women would be in the gym if their trainer was nice to look at. Like, let's be honest.
He's just like, he's so motivating. Not in that sense, obviously, but more so like, he's just like, I don't know. What's that?
Tyler's
That's Tyler's controller. It scared the crap out of me.
He's getting killed.
Look.
Oh, he's scared. He gets scared of his controller.
Oh, that's okay, buddy.
I think it's because he was on the streets in LA and maybe he experienced an earthquake. Because look, he's like low to the floor. But look, he's hiding behind you. Ace and Loey Lane became
I have
friends
bigger
for the
thighs
first time.
than you.
Big thighs save lives.
So it's more so like he really helps keep me on track. He's very motivating, a very kind, like good person. He has a fitness Instagram if you guys want to check it out. It's Chad Copperwood Fitness.
I'll put it on the screen.
_ So you should really check him out because he, you know, I travel so much, he has to like write up workout stuff, and he's, you know, we're so close now that like he would write up, you know, workout stuff for us or whatever, but it is nice. I have been taking it a lot more seriously. You've been taking your health a lot more seriously too, though. Your mental and your physical.
Mostly mental is what I've been working on lately, is really trying to like make sure that like every day I'm taking the time out of my day to like check on myself mentally, because I don't want to get to the point, actually now that you're here, you can tell them, I was serious, I thought I was having a heart attack in LA.
Yeah, 100%. I watched your video on that and I was like, that was honestly a rough week.
Yeah.
That was a rough week. Like, rough. I mean, I felt so bad for you because I just didn't understand in the moment, you know? And
nobody understands, like, unless you're in the position where
you're okay, bud.
It's okay, baby.
It like vibrated and he just went, poor baby.
Unless you're in the position where your mental health is literally giving you physical symptoms, it sounds insane. It really truly does. And like, I can recognize that. Like, I can sit back and recognize like you don't understand what the fact that my body is literally mocking heart attack symptoms. Literally mocking it. And like my body mocks like, okay, I'm gonna have to get rid of that sucker.
Dang it. I guess we do.
Why does this guy keep killing him? He's not even in a challenge. This guy just literally keeps killing him. Look, and that's how they ran out of lives. Oh boy. Anyways, so I just kind of, this is good. Now I won't do it anymore because Tyler's not in the game anymore. They killed him. But basically, like, for me, I really, really, really want to prioritize my physical health, especially come the new year. And I say come the new year because realistically this time of year, it's just, you're going to a lot of Christmas parties, you're going to a lot of things, like it's not the time of year where you want to be limiting yourself. Right. Like I don't want to be at Christmas dinner and like not eat the pie, you know, like that's just an example. But
I mean, I get you.
But I'm also somebody who believes in starting now. So like, for example, like we got a salad today, like we ate healthy today. So like I'm not trying to not start now, I'm just not pushing myself to like be so clean eating until the new year. But like, you've really inspired me.
It's okay.
You've really inspired me to actually you've inspired me in more ways than you know, as far as like your plus size movement that you've really created and like accepting all bodies.
Well, what's so weird is when we became friends, you told me, you know, not that you were like a fan or anything, it was just you would watch some of my body positivity stuff. Do you watch those MUKBANGs where people like slurp?
Yeah, and I watch the ones where they get it all over their face too.
Ew.
And I kind of like, the only thing I can't stand with mukbangers is when they like, if they like fart in a mukbang.
Ew.
Yeah, or if they like I don't mind burps, like little burps or whatever, but like farts, like if you're like,
that's nasty.
I just think it's so gross because a lot of times like I'm eating too, and like then you're like throwing me off of my eating, and like I get like grossed out. I know, like I'm not like you, like Andrew and you get like that fart sense of humor, and I don't really get that sense of humor.
You and Andrew do nothing but fart together.
Oh my god, here we are talking about farts during our mukbang. The plan is, we're gonna eat this salad, I'm gonna edit the video, upload the video, and then we're gonna go eat again because I'm gonna be hungry by then.
But, I mean, you've also inspired me a lot with my mental health. I mean, I don't really talk about my anxiety online, ever.
I didn't even know you were an anxious person until you became my friend.
I don't talk about my depression online. I don't talk about, you know, anything like that. And like, until you and I had been friends for a few months, you didn't even see a panic attack of mine. When I like hyperventilate and I saw it, and like, you were talking about the physical aftershocks of a anxiety attack. And like, for me, I feel like I am surely going to die. Like I hyperventilate, I sob, and I like, somebody has to like sit there with me most of the time. Usually it's so cool because Christian knows how to talk to me, and like it's not like what's wrong, you know. And like in that moment, Andrew had seen one before. You never
I was just about to say this.
And Andrew knows that like with me, you just have to like sit with me and talk and like not say, you know, calm down, you're okay, you know. And
sometimes not even talk. Sometimes just be there and let you go through it. And it was crazy because the first time that I experienced one of Loey's panic attacks, we were in LA. And it was actually, I'm not going to say like the details, but I'll give, do you mind if I give the context of like, what you panicked over? I was telling her to be more honest with somebody about her true feelings. And this isn't like a romance thing, so like don't like try to take this as something like, I was trying
the conspiracies begin below.
Right, no, seriously, I was trying to tell her to be more honest with me, and she was so on board with it, and you were like, can you type up what to say? You were all excited about it, you sent it, you had instant regrets, and you started panicking over it because you weren't prepared to do that yet. And I felt so bad because I was like, Loey, like you wanted it to be said, and I was not bugging you, but like bothering you to like find out what was wrong, and like you were like, I just don't feel right now, like I'm just panicking, like whatever. And Andrew was like, Hailey, she does this, you need to just like let her get through it on her own and like let her breathe it through or whatever. And when you finished, you were like, sorry, like I get like that. And Andrew's like, more often than you think. And it wasn't until we started hanging out I would notice that the littlest things would be like a trigger for you. And it's not always about like regrets about things, like it's not that, it's just like she could be sitting somewhere and think about something and all of a sudden she's in full-blown panic. And I didn't know because our anxiety is so different, the way that we handle it. Like my anxiety is very internal. If I'm having an anxiety attack or panic attack around you, most times you don't know I'm having it. I'm there like panicking internally.
And you're so good at hiding it, so good. Meanwhile, I can't hide anything. Like I said, like I cannot hide, I can't breathe, like literally I hyperventilate, like I will be beside myself. It's like not a pretty thing. And it was funny because my cousin Laura, who you look so much like, I've told you this so many times, she has really bad anxiety and would get those panic attacks, but she's just like you would never know. But meanwhile, she would literally be sitting there thinking, I'm going to die. And if you like took her heart rate during that point,
that's me.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is, and I didn't mention this in my video, but I wanted to, is like, for me with my anxiety, for the amount of times that I mention something to you, like when I mentioned the heart attack, I've thought about it a billion times.
Oh yeah, you've been thinking about it for a long time.
I've been thinking about it for hours, but I only just talked to you about it. So like, even Tyler, like I'll say to him like, I think I'm having a heart attack, and he'll be like, why are you thinking this all of a sudden? Like he starts to worry, and I'm like, I've been thinking it.
Right.
I've literally been thinking it. And honest to goodness, Loey, around this time, if it was anybody else, I wouldn't have went to LA because I actually thought I was having a heart attack. And I would get heart palpitations so badly.
For my birthday.
I know, we had so much fun. And I had heart palpitations, and I would go to the bathtub with the lights off, lay in the bathtub, and just try to calm my heart rate because I thought that my heart was gonna come out of my chest. Like, so yeah, my camera just stopped recording. Oops. Gotta love the G7X cutting off at like 20 minutes.
But we were talking about your panic attacks,
yeah,
and how at the time, like you would literally, like the physical symptoms were so real.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till you finish that, babe. This is an ASMR, they're gonna hear.
You think?
Yes, and Ace is down here because he thinks there's a hurricane. I mean, he thinks
He's hiding
he thinks there's
behind
an
me.
earthquake because this guy just kept killing you.
Over and over.
Like he killed you so many times, like overkill.
A few moments later.
I thought my organs were gonna go, and like I already have half a lung. I can't have any more organs going. But what's really funny, and I was getting into this before my camera shut off, when I was in the hospital for my lung surgery, I was waiting for my lung surgery. The doctor comes in and he's like, brings me these forms, and he's like, do you want to be an organ donor if you were to die during surgery? And I looked him dead in the eye and I said, I'm 19 years old and my lung went. Who wants these organs?
Yeah, really.
Like, you want my organ? Like,
See.
like my organ barely works for me. And I was a little bitter when I said it. And I was like, my organs aren't even holding up in my body. But like the idea of giving my organs, like I'm like, no. And now I always feel like I have bad organs. But
So I mean, I get that.
Can I try this?
When you, of course, go ahead. I'm not gonna eat. I may eat like one more bite, but
yeah, I'm like pretty
I'll
done.
just put the rest in the fridge. No, like I was just sort of saying, or I know, good, right? You were saying how like mine is like weird, like there's like a trigger, and it's almost like I can't even explain it most of the time. It's like I told you the other day, I didn't talk about this online, but I landed in Minneapolis like 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
And when I landed, it was where my dad grew up. We'd always talked about going there together, and I got off the plane, and I told you that this has happened a few times where it's weird because we never talked about this until like yesterday, but I got off the plane. I saw an elderly man who did not look like my father, but instead of seeing his face, I saw my dad's face. And I still like, I don't know what that is, but my mom has said that she's had that happen, and then my aunt had that happen a lot. But we all think it was a sign, so I don't know if it was a spiritual thing or if it was just my anxiety manifesting. And I was like seeing his face, and it's only for like a millisecond. Oh, I'm sorry, AC. I didn't mean to snap. It was only for like a millisecond, and I just went to the bathroom and I had a panic attack. My heart was pounding, and I was like, not like sobbing hysterically, but I, you know, because I was trying to keep it in, but it was just like, had to like sit there and like try to calm down, and then everything like that. But it's like in those moments where you don't think it's anything, it's like, meanwhile, I've seen something, just the smallest detail of something that brings me back to a feeling or a person or something, and I lose it. So I mean, everybody deals differently, and no one's, you know, it's not a hierarchy of anything. No one has better anxiety than anyone else. It's just we all process things so differently based on how we were raised, or like,
it's very true,
you know, or how we're built.
It's very true. Like for me, I don't talk about my anxiety very often. Well, I do now, because I feel like the conversation of mental illness needs to be raised.
Oh yeah.
But I don't talk about it that much with people in my life unless you're like a close friend, because I very much grew up feeling like I needed to be strong for my family. Like when my mom was in an abusive relationship, I felt very protective, and like I was the family's keeper. And when my grandpa got sick and my grandma was going through, I always stayed strong. I never showed my feelings. When my grandpa died, I cried alone in the bathroom. And when I came out, I told everybody he's in a better place. He's with angels now. Like I totally put up this front, and it wasn't a front because I believed it, but I didn't act like I was sad enough to cry. Meanwhile, I cry. I still cry. You know what I mean? And it's like I've always tried to internalize everything because I grew up that way. For me, I find my anxiety lately is very triggered by me feeling like I have an expectation to live up to as a good person, and not an expectation to do with the internet. Nothing that internally. I feel like God has blessed me so much, I need to be a good person. And if I feel like I'm not, or like I've done something wrong or things like that, I replay it over and over because I feel like I don't deserve to have such a great life if I'm not leading by a great example and doing great things, you know?
You know what's funny is, as your friend, hearing you put that into words is so interesting, because I've seen you panic over situations that I will tell you, Hailey, that like everything is fine. Like, I promise you, you didn't do anything. You didn't. Yeah. I think especially in social situations, you'll get 100%. Very in your head thinking you were awkward, or you will focus on the tiniest little thing that you did, or that I promise you no one knew.
Yeah.
And you will tell me for hours. You'll ask me for hours over and over and over again. Like,
was I bad? Was I too drunk? Was I this? Was I that? And I like just as examples, and I replay it. And if I meet new people the next morning when I wake up, or mostly when I wake up, I find I do a lot of thinking when I wake up. And a lot of people say when they go to sleep. Me, I go to sleep, I hit the hay. I go right to bed, I'm sleeping. In the morning when I wake up, I reflect on like my days, and I replay like, you know, this fan met me. Was I kind enough? Was I sweet enough? Did I live up to what they thought I was? You know what I mean? And not that I'm trying to be something I'm not. It's like I'm a human being, so I go out in public and maybe I'm having a tough day, or I have to fly, get somewhere quick, and I cut the conversation a little short with them when I meet them because I need to be somewhere. And even though I apologize and say I have to be somewhere, I'm like, did I let them down? And this totally stems from my sister's love for Selena Gomez, and me knowing that like to even see her in public for 5 seconds and have a communication or a conversation with her, it would be the highlight of her life. Right. And so if not saying I'm somebody's Selena Gomez, but I get in the same thing where like you look up to something. Like when I met Trisha Paytas, I was so happy that she was what I thought she was gonna be. She was even better than I thought she was gonna be. You know, and she was so kind to us, and like, yeah, let's take a picture. And I pulled up my vlog camera, and she wasn't like, why is this girl? She was like, I'm the same one, and like so sweet. And it was a positive experience because I was like, great, I've watched this girl for years, like,
and she's exactly
what I wanted her to be. You know, and like,
so it's almost like, you know, you almost like don't want to like not live up to people's expectations. I get the same way. Like, I think more so now more than ever, I have this like overwhelming, like, this got really deep towards the end here, but it's more like I have this like ticking clock in my head now. It's not even that I don't want to live up to other living people's expectations. It's like my dad like sees everything I do now.
Me too, with my grandpa. We never talked about this.
Everything that I do, I'm like, my dad just saw that, like, oh crap, you know. And it's not that like he like haunts me and like gives me crap for it. It's just like
now
everything
all
that I do.
And like there's no room for trying to show them the best parts of you. There's no highlight reel on the other side. It's like, this is who you are. And like I feel the exact same way because my grandpa thought that I was like the angel in the world, and like he literally like would tell people, Hailey's so pure, like Hailey's like my angel. And I'm like, now my grandpa sees me like, get free. My grandpa sees everything. And I'm just like, you know, when I make a mistake, I can tell my version to people in my life. My grandpa knows both sides. He knows everything, and like he knows what I'm doing. And I think for you, it's so recent, your dad's passing. You probably think about it more, because for me,
because your relationship with your grandfather was basically the same as my relationship with my dad. 100%. Like he was like your father. So it's like, and of course, like relationships with people mean nothing. You don't need a label to whatever, but you guys get it. It's like, that's how I feel now, where it's just like everything that I do, I know he sees it. And my dad was the same way, where it was like I could do no wrong. Like he came and visited me one year for Thanksgiving, and I told you about this and how like
one more of these.
Literally, no,
I'm listening about
eat it all. But it was like when he came and saw me for Thanksgiving one year. And this is actually a really dark part of YouTube. I've never, not even a dark part of YouTube, it was a dark part of myself on YouTube, and I've never really talked about it before. But like my dad came to see me for Thanksgiving. How many times can I say that? And I pretty much at the time like stayed in my room the whole time. Like my brother, him, and like everybody else cooked. I came out and ate and went right back to work. And it was like my dad was so in the moment. Of course he was sad, and like it was crappy of me, and I wish I could go back. But you know, after he called me and he was like, I have never seen anyone work as hard as you do. I can't believe like you hustle that hard. There really are no days off. Like it was Thanksgiving and you had these sponsored videos going up, and like all you do is work. And he was so impressed by that. And I think that it's sad because my dad was the same way in his craft. Like he was a musician, and like literally my last text message from him was, I bet you're not up listening to Ravel's Bolero. I've said that a few times online, but because he was working. He was always working so hard. And it's like now when I feel like I'm slacking, or when I feel like I'm being lazy, or when I feel like maybe I'm not putting my all into a video, it's like he sees. So I think that that's where a lot of my pressure and my anxiety comes into.
Maybe you may be sometimes slacking on your YouTube channel now and then, but you're working on building an empire behind the scenes, and he sees that. He's all knowing. It's like you can't focus on like one thing that like maybe you might be slacking in. You're only slacking because you're working for something greater for your subscribers, for your viewers, for your family, for your friends. Like, so like, I think perspective changes everything, but like mental almost gets in the way of perspective, and that's where it gets hard. Because like in hindsight, I can look back and be like, Hailey, girl, it wasn't that. You need to relax. Like, you're totally okay. You're doing your best, and that's all that you can ask. Humans are flawed. We come down here to be flawed. Like, I know it sounds so ridiculous. We come down here to be flawed, and like, if I expect myself to be perfect, I'm just setting a super unrealistic expectation. You know, I'm totally tired of this eating our feelings.
Eating our feelings.
With Hailey and Loey.
With Hailey and Loey.
I am so
sipping
done.
tea with Hailey and Loey. I am too.
I think we're gonna end this video here. This is lengthy. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. We kind of wanted to like do our first video on Daily Hailey, just like us eating with you guys and just chilling with you guys and just like being authentic. But we are doing some exciting stuff over the next couple of days. Daily Hailey's about to be lit. Main channel's about to be spooky. We got lots of stuff going on. So make sure, if you guys aren't subscribed yet, you subscribe. If you're new to Loey, which you're not at this point especially, but make sure you click subscribe down in the description. And that is it for today's video. Until tomorrow, I will miss you guys so very dearly. Do all things with kindness in the meantime. And I love you guys so much. Good night.